morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're listening. Thank you.
Audio listeners and YouTube watchers. Audio listeners love you to death.
Thank you for coming.
YouTube watchers, y'all are the goat too.
So we have today's going to be a bit of a different episode. We have three things we're talking about. So we're going to have some news, some upcoming movies we're excited for.
Some of them is only he's excited for.
Yeah. And the last thing we're actually not going to talk about until we get there, so you'll find out then. But we're going to start with some upcoming movies because we love that. So
only sometimes.
So we're gonna start in April 1st. On April 1st, 2026,
April Fool's.
And I'm very excited for this one. We have the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
I'm excited for that too.
I
love Mario.
So our cast is Anya Taylor-Joy.
No clue who that is.
Chris Pratt.
Yes.
Jack Black.
Oh yeah.
And Brie Larson. So that's our main cast. I could not tell
Who's
you.
that?
Brie Larson.
Yeah.
You don't know who Brie Larson is.
Maybe if I saw her face.
I cannot believe you don't know who Brie Larson is.
Wait, is that Captain Marvel? Oh, okay. That chick.
So another movie that actually does look really good is called The Sheep Detectives.
What?
That looks
sounds like a bad Wallace and Gromit title.
So from what I understand, it's about
those of you real ones know Wallace and Gromit.
So from what I understand, it is about, and I kid you not, Joel, sheep detectives. So I believe
sheep that are detectives or detectives that look for lost sheep?
Detectives that are sheep. So what it is, from what I understand, their owner, their shepherd, whatever he is, dies, and they end up solving the murder and helping the police. It's a comedy movie. It looks really good.
Now it just sounds like a bad Shaun the Sheep bit.
It does. So now we're going to talk about a movie that I think is going to be terrible and that will suck.
Minecraft movie too?
No.
Dang it.
It is Billie Eilish Hit Me Hard and Soft the Tour live in 3D.
That's going to suck.
That is coming out on May 8th, and I believe that is going to be terrible. It's going to suck. Billie Eilish is not a good musician.
Or a good person.
That too.
We're not going to get into that, though.
No, but her music, from what I understand, is, like, if you look up the textbook definition of depression, her music.
Jeez.
Like, it is terrible music. There's nothing good about it.
Oh my god.
So, May 22nd, 2026, I'm excited for this one. It's going to be Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and Grogu.
That's a movie? I thought that was a TV show.
No. So, The Mandalorian is a TV show.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
And it was a phenomenal TV show. Nothing bad to say about it.
I haven't seen all of it.
But the movie's coming out. That's going to be amazing. June 5th, there's a He-Man movie coming out.
Another one? Jeez.
No, it's live action.
Another one? Jeez.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. June 19th, we have Toy Story 5. Now this is one I cannot wait, because I'm gonna go watch this movie just to roast it. June 26th, we have Supergirl. That's gonna be a terrible movie. I'm
not gonna go watch that.
I'm just saying that. No, it's gonna be a terrible movie. So June 10th, 2026, we have the live action Moana.
Bruh.
Yeah. So now
Disney just not coming up with original ideas anymore. They're just turning anything they have into live action.
So now this is one that
they're losing their touch.
I think a lot of people are excited for.
They lost it a while ago.
So we have Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
I'm
on
so
July 31st.
For that.
That's gonna be. I really think that's gonna be a really good movie.
Probably gonna go see that with a friend.
I mean, it's got Tom Holland. It's got Zendaya. They're married now.
So does that make him Tom or her Zendaya Holland?
And then Jacob Batalon, which I believe that is Ned.
I love Ned.
Ned is
He's so round. Sorry.
Dude.
What? He is. He looks like me.
So Resident Evil's getting a movie, which.
Ew.
And then October 9th.
That video game is awful. I've never even played it.
October 9th, 2026, and this will be the last one. So on October 9th, 2026, we are getting, and I'm very excited for this, we have The Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender. And Dave Bautista's in this movie. And it's an animated film. But
Major eye roll.
So now, this has
overrated.
So this was the upcoming movies.
Hot take. Avatar's overrated. The Last Airbender, that is. The blue people I've never seen.
From what? And then my bad.
Not even anime.
Sorry, we're not done. This has not been the movie section. There's a couple more. So December 18th is Dune Part 3, and then Avengers: Doomsday.
I have not seen Dune 1 or
2. December 23rd is Angry Birds 3.
I will say Avengers: Doomsday I'm really excited for. Angry Birds 3, I haven't seen the first two either.
And then December 25th is Jumanji 3.
I haven't seen the first two. Okay, sick.
Oh, and then, actually, January 15th, 2027, The Beekeeper 2.
I haven't seen The Beekeeper one, but I really want to watch it. I love Jason Statham movies.
So now we're gonna get into
Don't
some.
shoot me.
So now we're gonna get into some news.
Yay. Well, I guess not really, but
No, this is really sad. So, from the Los Angeles Times,
L.A. Times.
we're talking about the flooding in Hawaii. Now this is awful. I hate this for people. I remember I had I found out about this. So we were in the gym.
I know we don't look like we go to the gym, but I swear
No,
we do.
we do.
We were on the treadmill. I know, hard to believe.
And the treadmill sucks. So
I mean, I look like a Michelin man.
for those of you who do treadmill, you know that it's one of the worst things ever.
It's not.
Nobody likes treadmill. Okay,
Aaron,
Actually,
you didn't see what my guy had me do today.
no, but I mean, okay, obviously
Some
that's
of
not
the stuff.
okay. Obviously, I know people who do like their treadmill, so nothing against you. It's just
I did split squats today.
good for you.
3 sets. It was awful.
The gym is hard, but the games are worth it. Anyway,
Yeah.
all this to say, so we were on the treadmill, and so as you know, when you're on the treadmill, you are looking for anything to make the time pass. Okay, if it
Yeah.
can make the time pass, you're probably gonna do it.
Which I'm shocked you hadn't started trying to talk to me yet. I was right next to you.
I'm glad I didn't because
We would have missed the news.
yes. So I don't typically watch the news, but when I do, there's usually good story that we can
I
talk
don't
about.
ever watch the news. That's
There was flooding. So it says, crews this week began evaluating damage from a surprise downpour that sent floodwaters raging through a neighborhood near downtown Honolulu. The latest bout in a series of storms and flooding that have pummeled the state over the past 2 weeks. Residents along Oahu's, forgive me if I butchered that,
we're gonna butcher a lot of these names.
North Shore, famous for its big wave surfing, were cleaning up from the worst flooding to hit Hawaii in 2 decades when a storm Monday unleashed several inches of rain on the southern part of the island. Reddish-brown torrents gushed along roads in the Manoa Valley, a few miles east of downtown Honolulu, sweeping away parked cars and swamping much of the neighborhood. Now,
Kind of sounds like the hurricane that hit us last year.
yes. So, Natalie Axon had gone to the drugstore to pick up some medication for her mother on Monday, and by the time she had left the store some 15 minutes later, water was roaring down the street next to the shopping center.
That's got to be terrifying.
Now, this is a quote. People came running out from Long's, and one of the guys actually said, "That's my white car," and it had elevated. She said, Michael McEwen, and I won't read the whole article because it's really long, but Michael McEwen and his wife, Heather Nakahara, returned to their home in Waialua
saying that name.
on Oahu's North Shore over the weekend to find their kitchen counters covered in red silt. Piled up furniture blocked a hallway, and a folding table they don't own was lodged under a heavy sleeper sofa.
Bruh.
And there were 2 other mystery tables in their backyard. Now I will finish with this. The rushing water trapped the couple in a bedroom closet for 8 hours with their 2 small terriers and 3 parrots until daybreak, when McEwen was able to flag down firefighters driving down the road. The
Bruh.
rescuers tied a rope to a tree next to their bedroom, which guided them through a narrow channel of flooding water. So that's awful. I hate that for those people. Now,
Praying for those people.
Jason Momoa actually lost his house.
Wait, I thought he was from Iowa.
No, he
Well,
lost
okay,
his house.
I know he's from Iowa, but he lives in Hawaii now.
He lost his house.
Oh, jeez, that sucks.
Which again, even though he's not okay, personally, I believe he's a good actor sometimes. But even though I don't particularly care for other things he stands for or agree with him on those things,
I don't even know what he stands for. I don't care. I don't care enough.
but
I don't like
no
him as
one
an
should
actor.
have to go through that. No one should
Yeah,
have to go through.
fair.
So this has been part of our news segment. So now
Let's hop into the
this
last
is-
news segment, which is also the meat and potatoes of today.
this is really sad. So at the age of 86, Chuck Norris has passed away.
The great Chuck Norris.
The great Chuck Norris has passed away.
Although I did hear he was giving the eulogy at his funeral. I'm sorry, I just had to get one out. I'm sorry. There's too many floating around on the internet. That was the only one I'll give, I swear. At least the only one about his death.
So the great Chuck Norris has passed away at the age of 86.
Mm.
Now, I have a clip I want to show.
Sad about Chuck Norris. Now,
So
let's backpedal a little bit. Tell Aaron, to those who don't know, who's Chuck Norris?
So Chuck Norris, I'm sure many of you have heard the jokes.
I personally know multiple people who have never heard of Chuck Norris.
So Chuck Norris, and this is from Google because I couldn't tell you. So Chuck Norris was an American martial arts grandmaster.
So that meant, and I googled this the other day. Actually, I was looking at different degree of black belt. Grandmaster, I believe you have to be you have to hold a black belt for no less than, I think it was 23 years.
So he's also an actor and a cultural icon, and the only guy to fight Bruce Lee and do really freaking good.
I think he was the only guy to fight Bruce Lee and win.
So he was in Walker, Texas Ranger, in a film called Missing in Action.
I think that's when he fought Bruce Lee.
Maybe. And he was also a world karate champion, and he served in the Air Force. He created the Chun Kuk Do martial arts system.
Sounds there. Ooh, sure. Okay, I've heard of that.
So, he was born in. Who made that. He was born Carlos Ray Norris in Ryan, Oklahoma.
So his name's Carlos.
Yes.
But he shortened it to Chuck.
Yeah.
Love it.
So now I have a video I'd like to show of Chuck Norris, a bit of Chuck Norris's testimony. So Joel, if you would go ahead and play that, please.
Well, I was very fortunate that I had a mother who kept me very close to the Lord in my younger days, and she's still the apple of my eye next to my wife here. My mother still is a very special person in my life, and and unfortunately, in periods of my life, I did drift from the Lord. But the Lord never drifted from me. Oh. He stayed with me the whole time.
Amen.
And yes, and I just praise God for that. And I actually, when I met my beautiful wife here, I was kind of living the Hollywood lifestyle, and I one morning I visited with her, and she went in there and she was reading the Bible. And I go, what are you doing? She says, I read the Bible every morning. I said, oh, really? She says, why don't you sit down here and read it with me? And that was the beginning of me coming back to the Lord.
So that was Chuck Norris
and his wife
on his testimony of returning to the Lord. Now, there is something deeper that I would like to delve into here other than just Chuck Norris and his it's awful that he passed. There's something a little deeper that I'd like to dive into, in that this is such an important thing, as to, you really need to think when it comes to the person that you enter a relationship with, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is why you need to pray. Obviously, seek the Lord first. If you see someone and you think, oh hey, I find this person attractive, let me go ask them out. I think that you should definitely pray about that and think about that first.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
And then patience. Because
patience is key, y'all.
I'm pretty sure there was a lot of times, Chuck Norris was thinking, man, I'm single. I want a girl. But he waited.
Mm.
And
as far as we know.
As far as we know. And that's a very important thing, because a lot of times in this day and age, people become desperate,
mm-hmm.
and when
you get desperate, things get dangerous.
That's one of the worst
fast.
things. That is a lot of times that's when the worst things happen. You end up with just the worst type of dudes,
mm-hmm.
or girls,
for us, for dudes too.
Girls,
guys get desperate too.
Which that idea could be a whole nother episode.
Good. We should do that as another episode.
Okay.
Maybe next month.
Let us know if you guys would want to see that, because we'll do it.
Tell us all 5.
No, but
all of you, let us know if you want to see that.
So continuing, what the heck? Fiddling with my in-ear here. Okay, continuing on. Sorry about the quick delay. So that's why it's so important to be patient, because I don't know about you, but I've seen people who they're not gonna wait. They get desperate, and then it gets to the point where they can't be talked down, and they don't listen to the voice of reason.
Or voices of reason. Sometimes
especially coming from their best friends or people that they look up to.
Yeah, but sometimes if you're in contact with someone that's not around that you used to be friends with, and they're pushing you toward making this bad decision, or there's people close to you pushing you towards this bad decision.
Yes.
The push and pull. It'll come down to which one's been talking longer.
Yes. So here's what I'm gonna say. Regardless of if you're a boy or a girl, be like Chuck Norris. Now, what do I mean by that? So he said, forgive me, that his wife helped lead him back to the Lord. Look for a partner that is going to help you get closer to the Lord.
Yeah.
If they're worldly, they're going, they're cussing, they're drinking, they're smoking. You don't need to be with that person. That person is not for you. I really don't believe. Look for someone who's gonna keep you, who's gonna keep you accountable, because that is important. And my webcam is gone. That's fine. We keep going.
Oh, way back.
We keep going. Doesn't matter. We push through. So a person who's gonna keep you accountable. That's one of the most important things. Has a good prayer life. I think that's important. Is in the Word daily.
Agreed.
And has just an overall good relationship with the Lord. Because when you build that relationship on Christ, it cannot be broken. But then on another thing is,
it cannot be easily broken.
Yes, it cannot be easily broken.
Because, like,
but
for
you
example,
also,
I'm going to throw you an example that actually was broken. Bob Smiley, a great Christian comedian. I love him. You'd heard him, was watching a recap of one of his shows a couple years back, and he was talking about how his first wife, I think he had 3 kids with her. His first wife was, from what it sounded like, a very staunch believer, very rooted in faith, but just one day, and he was, like, because from everything I've seen, Bob Smiley's a really good dude. Like, I've watched a lot of his comedy, I've heard a lot of what he said. I met the guy once, like, I talked to him a bit when I was younger, but just one day, he woke up, and she was sitting at the kitchen table, and she had her, if I'm remembering the story correctly, she had her suitcases packed, and she was sitting at the table, and he woke up and walked out, and she just looked at him, and she said, "I'm done." And she left.
And I think it's also important, and I can't say if you did or not, you need to be friends with this person first, okay? I'm not saying spend 10 years being their friend and then be like, oh, hey, you want to do this.
Yeah, but
but build a solid
your
friendship.
Significant other should be your best friend.
Yes,
in life.
Build a solid friendship first before you plan to go out with that person.
Mm-hmm.
And
because if you don't get to know the person before you start going out with them, it could end up bad, potentially even volatile.
And again, patience is key.
Patience is key.
Because if there's patience and you wait, you need to wait for who the Lord has for you. You know.
Yeah.
But what is the hand thing?
I'm trying to get the truck on my hand. I'm being dumb. Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, that's all I had. If you want to tag anything in,
I got a couple things actually.
All right, go for it.
So I had seen a post a couple days ago about Chuck. Supposedly, what was Chuck Norris's? There it goes again.
I'm gone.
Chuck Norris's last message to the world.
I'll be gone tonight.
Which was
not his message to me on the camera.
Supposedly, his last message to the world was for Christians to stand firm in their faith and continue to stand firm on Christ and believe and tell other people about it, and to never lose faith or be uprooted.
Okay, well, can I just say, I'm just going to interject
here. Even dying, the man was thinking about his faith and thinking about Jesus, and that just shows how much of a Christ-centered mindset he had. And I think that's something we all need to have.
So I'm just going to interject here. I'm just going to say,
hit it.
That's phenomenal. That's amazing. Obviously, because I got nothing. That's amazing. You know, for him to say that, because I mean, he could have said anything. You know, he could have said, "I'm Chuck Norris. I'm unkillable. I'm not really dead."
He could have made a Chuck Norris joke, but he didn't.
He defaulted to that, which I think is amazing.
I think that's a great default.
That's amazing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you have anything else to add to that? I know you said you had a couple things.
No, it was just that. It's just essentially, I think we all need to have a Christ-centered mindset. We all need to listen to Chuck Norris's final message, which is stay rooted in Jesus and keep being obedient and doing what he told you. Christ has told us to do.
I think the bottom line here is be like Chuck Norris. Now, obviously, none of us can fight Bruce Lee.
None of us can fight Bruce Lee and win, even though he's dead.
What I mean by that is have that strong faith, and again, look for a partner.
I don't think necessarily that's the most important thing, but I do agree that that's a good thing.
I'm talking about a bottom line here.
Okay, bottom line, sure. Go for it.
Look for a partner who's going to keep you accountable, and make sure your relationship is built on Christ.
Yeah.
And then obviously stand up for your faith and
stay rooted in Jesus.
And do what Chuck Norris said. I think that was the most important thing.
do what Chuck Norris said. It's do what God said that Chuck Norris is
reiterating
yes. in his death.
Which I believe I can tie this in Matthew 28:19. Everybody, it's the Great Commission. Everybody knows it.
Oh yeah.
Go there.
I was struggling. I was like, wait.
You can let me say the verse, or
yeah, go for it. Sorry.
Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I think that's the ultimate message here.
Yeah.
You know.
Most likely, I agree.
Yes. Well, thank you for joining us. This one was a wild ride.
A bit of a wild ride.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, I liked it though.
Audio listeners, love you to death.
Love you to death.
You guys are phenomenal. And
hey, the audio listeners are my people. You can have the YouTube viewers.
YouTube viewers, I love you. You're my team, okay?
Audio listeners, love you to death. Y'all are goats. Of course,
No.
I still love you, YouTube viewers.
No, you don't get your team.
Yeah, I do. What? Hey, listen, the audio listeners are my goats, but I still love all you YouTube viewers
again,
and Spotify listeners. Or your audio listeners.
Yeah, the audio listeners, bro.
Audio listeners,
anyway,
love you to death. YouTube viewers,
the
y'all
point
are so great.
The point being, do you want to hit us with the outro, or you want me to do it?
You do it.
All right, cool. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you on the next one, and
thank you for tuning in.
And feel free to email us if there's something you would like us to talk about. Joel, hit me with the email.
Do you have any questions? I don't remember.
Okay.
I think it's Lighthouse Sessions
285
@gmail.com.
Yes, sir. We will do our best to read that, or you can put it in the comment section on YouTube, or because Spotify has a comment section, put it there too.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
it's a terrible idea.
Well, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for sticking with us. Hope you enjoyed the episode.
Yes.
Email us or comment.
Yes.
Any questions or ideas you have, and we will see you in the next one.
Have a
2 weeks from now.
Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're listening.
Have a wonderful couple weeks, guys.
Goodbye.
See ya.